Everybody, so today I'm gonna be doing a little short quick video of just me changing my oil. I'm gonna show y'all what I use to, the oil I use, my the dang oil filter, and then just my steps, my process of how I go about changing my oil. Alright, so this is the oil that I use, 10W40, just a standard Kawasaki oil. I get it from our the bike dealer that we got around here, Fun Bike. I got two of them. I keep extra oil just in case. And this is the oil filter that I use right here. This is the oil filter that I use, just a standard Kawasaki oil filter. Go there and ask for an oil filter for my year, my bike, and this is what they give me. Thing I usually like to do to my bike, just for me, just to be on the safe side, first thing I usually do is just kind of clean my bike, as far as like washing off any type of dirt and stuff like that, because I got some dirt right here. But I usually just try to shoot it off, just to make sure, because really I don't want any accidents of me trying to change my oil and some dirt falling on the inside, because then I'm gonna be tripping thinking I'm gonna mess up my dang bike. So first thing I like to do is first shoot my bike off, clean it off, make sure I don't have any dirt in that area. Then I dry it off first. I ain't just gonna open up the oil with water and stuff dripping in. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. All right, y'all, as you can see, I done already cleaned her down. I always do that before I change my oil, simply because I don't want anything to be dropping down up in my motor, because I ain't dealing with that. I done rebuilt the motor before, and it ain't cheap. I can imagine on a 2022. So first thing I do, I'm gonna go down here at the bottom and unscrew this bolt. I use a half, by the way. I don't know if y'all can see this. I think that's also like a 13. I could be wrong. I'm not a mechanic. I just try to take care of my bike. But I got that. So first thing I do is take this off. And this shouldn't be too hard, because whenever I tighten mine up, every time after I change it, I do not. Let me show y'all where I'm taking it off. You can see me a little bit. So right here, it shouldn't be too hard. Put this back right. So it shouldn't be too hard to take off whenever you take it. You don't want to never tighten it too tight whenever you taking it off. I mean, whenever you putting the screw back in, simply because you could strip it and that'll be bad. Then you gotta either buy a new bolt, or y'all can figure that part out. Oh, dang. All right, so boom, there we go. I'm gonna let it drain. The wind blowing, so I'll move it to the right a little bit. My junk kind of dark. It's a bit needing it. So I'm gonna let that drain, and we'll be right back. While it's draining, it's leaning to the side because I got it sitting on that stand. I usually like to pull it over, sit it straight up to kind of just make sure that it's all draining out. And also I'm gonna take this, let me show y'all. I'm gonna take this right here off to kind of just help it get a little flow, to make sure it's all going out before I put my new oil in. I took this off. I usually take the cap off, the oil cap off, just kind of let it get that little extra flow to make sure that it's all coming out. And I'm gonna pull it over just a little, again, one more time to make sure it all comes out, because I don't want none of that nasty oil in there whenever I put my new oil in. And I'm gonna show y'all just kind of how I go about and what I usually do. When I do add it in, I still gotta take my oil filter out. So I'm gonna show y'all that here in a second. I use a, 8mm, y'all can see it. Very simple. It's just 2 bolts right here. Take those off. They should never be really too tight. I don't make anything too tight, because I don't be trying to like strip my junk. I mean, not that they cost a lot when you buy them, because I don't have to buy bolts already for my chain, trying to tighten it. But yeah, I take these 2 bolts out real quick. Pop this out, and there is my oil filter. So I'm gonna sit these in here just to make sure I don't lose them or nothing. And I'm gonna sit all this over here in my little area where I keep all my stuff. So, thing with this oil filter, you gotta use something to really pull it out. So I just use this screwdriver. Pull that out. That's trash. I saw a video before, people like you can clean it. Actually, the place where I get my oil from, they have this this stuff where you can clean your oil filter, and like it'll pretty much be brand new. You won't have to keep buying oil filters, but I ain't tripping. For a thing of oil and oil filter all together, it's like $21, so that ain't bad. That's going to the trash. So I'm gonna show y'all what I do before I put new oil in my before I put fresh oil into my bike. All right, so I ain't gonna actually show the process because my GoPro is actually about to die. So what I usually do, for me, I like to take some, before I put my new oil filter in and close everything up, I like to take some of the oil first, the fresh oil, and pour it in while everything's out to kind of just help clean some of that nasty oil out before I actually put my fresh oil and my fresh oil filter in. As you can see, it's done drained all out. The clean oil that I put in is drained out as well. So next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my oil filter in, my new oil filter, and I'm gonna put my bolt back in underneath so that I'm able to fill my oil back up. The thing I like about this filters, which it may sound dumb as heck, but I don't know, I just feel like it's something good for me. Good thing about it is it tell you how to put your filter in, if you can see that, this side towards the engine. So I'm gonna just put this in right here, make sure that it's in, and I'm gonna take these 2, you know, the cap that I just took off, and I'm just gonna put it right back on. So I don't, like I said, I don't tighten them too tight. I just want to make sure that they're on sealed good. I ain't trying to strip nothing. I want to be able to ride. So now that I got that on, I'm gonna put my bolt on underneath, switch these out real quick. All right, so the next thing is to add the oil. Like I said, we're gonna put about 800, which is pretty much right there at 800, because I use some of it to kind of help clean it out. So we're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna show y'all what we do after we add the oil in. You know, it'd be funny, what if I thought I was pouring and it was all going on the ground? I'd be so mad. So we got all that in. It was not a full bottle. Kind of sit there right there, let that kind of extra, you know, extra drain out of that tube. Actually check the window just to see where it's at. Perfect. Dang, I'm good, ain't I? So I read, you know, when I first got the bike and I first changed my oil, I just kind of looking up, and then in the manual too, you let it sit for a little bit, and then you crank it, let it run for I think like 30 seconds, just kind of let the oil get through, you know, through the motor, and then, you know, you let it sit again for a little bit until you ride it. I mean, I ain't about to ride it today, I just wanted to make sure I changed my oil, but yeah, so we're finna crank it. Don't try to crank it with that in there, boy. I'm gonna let it run for like 30 seconds. Kind of let everything, you know, get lubricated. And I'm gonna let it chill. Playing around, but I be done jump on it. If I had my peg, I'd jump on it today, but I'm still waiting on the peg, y'all. I just ran it for 30-45 seconds, so now I'm gonna just let it chill, let it sit. We're done. That's the oil change. That's how I do my oil change. from step to step, literally, even the little small little things I do, you know, from pouring the oil into the motor without, you know, the bottom screw on and the oil filter out, just to kind of make sure I clean all that extra nasty oil out. And that's it, man. We good. I will catch y'all on the next vlog, man. Who knows what I'm gonna be doing? Ain't no dang telling. I might be in the street, might be in the dirt, might be working on the bike, but we'll see. Till then, I'm out.
Play with me, we hit the block, look like we dropped a nuke. 100 racks, clear the whole bag, just ask my nigga Deuce. Man, these streets and taught me everything.